Elaine, so I would love to first of all appreciate you for our previous meeting and our conversation, which in my opinion was brilliant. And we talked about changes and how in this world when there is a lot of uncertainty, right? A lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of changes happens how to still believe in yourself, how to still empower yourself, how to still continue living your own life and get what you want. And we had a beautiful conversation with our participants about navigating, for example, career changes, right? And we realized how many, I would say, self-doubts, thoughts, right, and limiting beliefs. That's our like the topic for which is going for every conversation, right? From conversation to conversation, limiting beliefs. But we also touch it, right? And what this participant noticed, right? That the mood and energy which this participant had in the beginning was significantly changed within our conversation when we start diving in her
Yeah.
limiting belief, right, and reframing them and all of this stuff. And at the end, she said, "Oh my gosh, I've noticed, right? My energy, my perception, my mood got changed." So that was, I would call it even beautiful transformational conversation for this person. How was it for you? What have you noticed? What was useful for you?
Well, and thank you for really holding the space for people to meet every 2 weeks and to be able to talk about the things that are affecting them without really going deeper into it. And I believe the reason she and I and others at your meetings feel like this mood change is that you come with a sense of calm. I've been around people that they sort of panicky behavior, and it just makes you feel like panicky, and you can't seem settled. So I think a lot of it is the energy that you bring to the space, and then also giving us a chance to talk. And by talking, you sort of talk yourself around a circle. I find when I do that, I sort of talk about the things, the limiting the beliefs, were they really limiting, and how can I turn them into empowering beliefs? And then all of a sudden something clicks, and I'm like, oh my God, Eureka, I now know what I need to do. So I think it's something to do, number one, with your coaching, but then hearing my own voice echoing back my problems to myself. And I believe that's what happened at the last meeting, just talking through why they're out of a job, what they've tried to do to get back into the job market, the beliefs that, like, what did I say? I think I'm short people can't get the jobs that they want. It's, it's a lie. It's, it's a lie. But it brings me some pleasure to say something that I feel that is not real, but yet it's something I can rely on.
Yeah, and continue what you just said. I'm thinking about that sometimes we play the games subconsciously, and we even don't know that we're playing these games, but these games are already old games, you know? For example, I'm still playing the game when I believe that if I'm short or something, I don't know, or I'm overqualified for some positions, I'm not gonna find the job. And the question is here, why do you still playing this game? And some people might say, no, no, it's a life. It's not a game. No, it's a game in your mind, right? Which you, not you, right? But I mean, someone, right?
Yes.
Started believing, right? This like, and why we love to play this game? Because it's like an excuse to be in the victim mindset when the world is so complicated, the market is so competitive, the changes happens a lot, and we need to pay bills and all of these games. And I want to think about that, and I want to like mention it everywhere in every conversation to play this game which calls, hey, I need help, I need support, and I don't want to take responsibility to make decisions and drive it forward, right? Of course, you and me as entrepreneurs, we checking these games, right? Sometimes we can play with them too, right? Play these games too, but that's why we created this space, right? To help each other to notice these games because our consciousness, subconsciousness, our psyche works in the way when we cannot conscious all these things which are in our subconsciousness, right? That's how it works, right? That's the main idea.
Mm.
But other people can hear it, right? And thank you so
Yeah.
much for mentioning that the calm energy, right? Calm, I would even maybe name it very empowered, very, like confident and stable, and even maybe relaxing, right? That's what we create here, and that's the main idea of our fireside meetings, right? For project managers. And thank you
Mhm.
for noticing that and bringing here. So, and it's time to invite you, people who are watching this video, to join our next meeting, which is going to be on, let me see,
I think it's the
Tuesday, February
25th.
25th, right? 4 p.m. Pacific time and 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to talk about stakeholders management. This angry people, right? Who always want something, right? Who doesn't want to get in line, who always like expecting some additional information, tables, whatever, pictures, and all of this data, right? Of course, not all of them like that, right? But if you're struggling with managing a relationship with stakeholders, right? Come over and let us explore together what level of relationships do you have? Is it more functional connection or personal connection? If it's functional, what's the level of your connection from 0 to 10? 10, your best partners, right? 0, you just know each other's titles and that's it, right? Or if we're talking even deeper about personal connection, from 0 to 10, on 10, you're best friends. Yes, in the professional field, people can make friendship, right? And that's, by the way, what we call a team, right? Or you're in a 0. You don't have any personal connection. You don't feel safe and comfortable to each other. You're not curious. You don't like each other, right? So let's talk about that. Let's bring some insights and ideas how you can increase these relationships. And we're also, of course, going to talk about stakeholders matrix, how you can um, identify what types of stakeholders do you have. 4 types of stakeholders we know, and there are different strategies to talk, work, build connection, and partnering with these different types of stakeholders. So, Elaine, what would you add to our future meeting?
Yeah, I am going to come from the perspective of project managers. And when we talk about stakeholders, they are, yeah, they can sometimes be challenging because they have a different perspective. They may be committed to the project, they may not be, they may be playing devil's advocate and waiting to see just how badly the project manager wants to see the project succeed. So, in playing games, you talked earlier about playing games. Sometimes that happens on projects. They look to see, and they do this thing called the devil's advocate, where they say, oh, the project's not going to make it. And the project manager's like, oh my God, let me show you, and get on the board and show all kinds of graphics and semantics on how we can make this project successful. This is, oh wow, okay. So you've been working on this. You know what you need to do. So we're going to talk about that too. And hopefully people that show up will come with their own examples of their challenges with various stakeholders. Some people have dealt with some things where it wasn't so nice, and how to deal with stakeholders that may have threatened you and you're not sure what the next step should be. It's important to talk about that because it could happen, or maybe it's happened to somebody and you can actually give them some advice.
Yes, and when you said stakeholders are might be challenging, right? And I was thinking, yes, they're challenging because they are holding stakes. They are responsible, right? They have some certain level of responsibility, expectations, right, and some certain type of pressure as well, right? And
Yes.
we need to remember about that to become a masters of building relationships, connection, and do our project management job in the best way, right? By aligning and processes and resources and people and budgets and data and
Mm.
everything together, right? Because you are guys are withers, right? Of bringing order, clarity, and confidence.
Right. Exactly.
Looking
Exactly. I'm
forward.
looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next week, looking forward to everyone signing up. That we'll put the link out there and we're going to put it out many times. So feel free to share it with your community. Come on out, talk about stakeholders.
So see you on Tuesday.
Thank you. Bye, Alexei. Thank you so much.
Thank you.